Chapter 2, Section 1, Rational Numbers. The objective of this lesson is to learn to write rational numbers in equivalent forms. A rational number is any number that can be written as a fraction, such as n over d, or numerator over denominator, where n and d are integers, but d is not equal to 0. Relatively prime numbers have no common factors other than 1. Now, a rational number can be written as a fraction. In number 1 down here, we've got an example of a rational number. Now, we're asked to simplify that. Now, in the numerator is a negative 6, and that can be divided by 2, and 8 can be divided by 2, so it's a common factor. So we're going to divide the numerator by 2 as long as we divide the denominator by 2. And that is going to result in a numerator of negative 3 and a denominator of 4. So the fraction of negative 6 over 8 can be simplified to negative 3 over 4. In example number 2 over here, the fraction of 57 over 69, we can simplify that. 57 and 69 have a common factor of 3, so we can divide the numerator 57 by 3 as long as we divide the denominator 69 by 3. This will simplify to fraction of 19/23. What we do to the numerator, we need to do to the denominator with multiplication and division. Now let's take a look at this table up here. In the first example of a rational number, we have negative 3.2. This is an example of a terminating decimal. Terminating meaning ending. This decimal ends at 0.2. So negative 3.2 is a terminating decimal. Now we can write this fraction as, we can write this decimal as a fraction. Negative 3 2/10. One simple way to write a terminating decimal as a fraction is to simply read the decimal. Now I said negative 3.2, but you could also read it as negative 3 2/10, such as the fraction. This example is a repeating decimal, 0.13 repeating. It's a repeating decimal, meaning that this 3 never ends. It keeps going and going. As a fraction, that would be 2/15. In these two examples, we're going to write these fractions in write as fractions in simplest form. 5.37. Now this one we're going to write as our mixed number as 5, and then the 0.37 would be 37 hundredths. So simply 37 over 100. In example B, we have 0.622. We could read that decimal differently as 622 thousandths. So we would simply write that fraction, 622 over 1,000. Now we can simplify this by dividing the numerator and denominator both by 2 because they're even numbers. And we would come up with 311 over 500.